Robert Turbin is one of 5 running backs in Utah State football history to rush for 3,000 career yards, including 1,517 yards and 19 touchdowns as a junior in 2011 when he was named the WAC Offensive Player of the Year. His 51 career touchdowns is an Aggie record, and he tied the school record of 40 rushing touchdowns. Seattle's 4th-round draft pick in 2012, he spent 8 years in the NFL, helping the Seahawks win the Super Bowl in 2014.
My response to, being inducted into the Hall of Fame was just, pure excitement, joy. I don't even know if I really had a real response, when John called me, but I just, in that moment, I was just so honored, and I just started to think back on all of the things that I did here at Utah State, and I couldn't be more than grateful. The reason why I chose Utah State over other schools was because, quite frankly, the competitor in me loved to be the underdog. I wanted to go to a place where I really felt like I could make a difference, bring a certain winning mentality that perhaps hadn't been around at this program for a long time. The other schools that had interest in me, these are schools that I felt like were going to be good with or without me. And at Utah State, not saying that they wouldn't have been competitive if I never showed up, but certainly felt like I can make a difference in a bunch of different ways. Plus, my dream was always to be Barry Sanders. Growing up, wanting to play running back, and so Utah State recruiting me offensively as opposed to some other schools recruiting me to play defense also had a big part in my decision as well. We had a very tight group in the running back room, and we held ourselves to a very high standard. And we always wanted to be the best group on the team, not from a statistical standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint. We wanted to be the group that always set the tone, practice, games, everything that was involved, workouts in the gym, conditioning out here on the field, all of it. We wanted to be the group to set the tone, and so I love those guys like brothers, and I'm grateful for the relationships that we have because we still talk today. Coach Tuiaki is the one that took my game to the next level, and the reason why I was able to have the success that I had, not only at the collegiate level, but be able to then take those talents to the next level was because of Coach Elijah Tuiaki. My son's name is Elijah, and it's because of Coach Tuiaki. I just Americanized it, where his is, more where he's from. Elisa, I think is how you really pronounce it. But he was immensely influential in my life. A lot of different memories come to mind, but in particular, when you talk about the 2011 season and, you talk about all the accolades, right, the individual accolades, none of that happens without our team. None of it happens without going to Hawaii week 6 and finding a way to come back after being down, I think it was 21-7 or 24-7 or something like that at halftime, and finding a way to come back and win that game and making plays, fake punts and things like that, right, that we were able to execute throughout that football game. And what it did was it gave us confidence. It's as simple as that. I mean, we had confidence going into the season, but when you lose games, naturally, your confidence may decrease, right? We came back after a long trip, and it just set the tone for the rest of the season, and that's what sticks out to me. The people here is why I stayed. I had an opportunity to transfer after Coach Guy and that coaching staff got released, right? Because you don't use a year of eligibility, right? If you transfer because of your coaches getting fired. But I chose to stay, and I wanted to honor my commitment to be a Utah State Aggie for my collegiate career, and I wanted to stand on that. And the support that I got from the community was second to none. They were always ready to cheer us on. They were always wanting us to be successful, and they were willing to support us either way. Despite having so many down years, every single year, every single new year, there was this anticipation of, we're going to be great this year. Nobody had any doubts. In the midst of it, the support was just like any other school. And I tell people all the time, that chant, there's a lot of schools around the country now that do the, I believe that we will win. And I have to remind them, I just want you guys to know that that originated here at Utah State.